Hi friends, welcome to the Education Hub Learning YouTube channel. In this video, we want to discuss about the key constraint. So first of all, what is mean by the key constraint? What are the key constraints in SQL? Let's discuss now. So key constraint is nothing but it is one or more columns in a database or table. So the key constant means it applied one or two columns. So this is called as a key constant. So in these key constraints, we have several types of key constraints in SQL. So first one is primary key, and second one is foreign key and union key and composite key. So these are the key constants. So first we want to discuss about the first one, that is key constant. So key constant is nothing but it is a constant and it is identify the unique value in the table, and it cannot contain the null values. So null value is nothing but each each and every record in the column must have a value. By using these null value in database, it represent as a non unknown. So unknown value will be shown. So this is we can't use this null value in the primary key. So next one. So primary key is nothing but it only one primary key in the column. So if you want to use multiple columns mean you have to use the composite. So composite key you can use, and composite key is nothing but we can add one or more primary keys of columns. So this is the this is the syntax for the primary key. So create table name and column name into primary key. So you want to add the for example, you want add the primary key. Primary key is nothing but we can easily identify the particular unique number. So unique numbers. So column name means you have to give name or something you can, and data type and size. This is the syntax for the primary key. This is the syntax for the primary key. And next, in this primary key, how to create an primary key and how to access the multiple values and how to modify the primary keys. In this primary key, we want to describe the how to create an primary key. First you can see here. So create a primary key. Create a primary key is nothing but it is first. For example, you want to add the only single call for the single column. You want to add the primary key. This is the example for the single column primary key. So create table student id int is an data type. So primary key and name and varchar. So varchar is nothing but it is our data type and size is 100. So here student id is my unique. So unique value I want to add the primary key. Okay, student id we can easily, for example, student details I will help post. So in that details I want only student id. So you student id is not same for all. So we can easily identify the student id by using the primary key only. We can easily identify. Okay, next, go to open the mysql command line and execute the commands. So here type the password. Okay, if you already have a database, created database, and want to use the database, otherwise you can create a new database. For example, you want to see already or created the database, you want to see the database means show databases. Okay, in these database I already use the cs. For example, I want to use, if you want to use this database means use database name. Otherwise you want to create means create, syntax is create database. So database name is, for example, details. Okay, details is my database names. Okay, you can use the database name is details. So here you want to create an table, create table, create table name is, for example, student. So student is my table name, and here student id, it is an inter, and you can add here primary key. So once check here, primary key, primary key, you can give as name is varchar, and size 30, age age is an integer, email varchar 50. Okay, enter. So query okay. If you want see the student id is which data type it is added, primary key or not. If you want, check the primary key has been added to the table or not, you can use the describe command. So describe, disc it's a shortcut. Describe, so disk table name is students. So you can enter it. So fields and type and null and key and default and extra. So here key we can add the student id, primary key is added. If you want check the if it is added or not means you can use this command. What is that command? Disk means describe the sh- table name. So table name is student. Okay, these commands provide the structure of the table including the column name and the data type and constraints. So whether the primary key is added or not, so we can you by using this disk. Okay, next next one is composite primary key. So if you want to add more primary keys in the table by using these key, that is called as a compose key. So this is the example for the compose key. Composite primary key. So composite is nothing but it is added one or more column, one or more primary keys. So here example is, okay, create table, table name and column name int. Okay, here two columns take, I want to add the two columns primary key. So primary key and student ID and here mail. Okay. Okay. You open the command prompt, open the command line MySQL. So here you can type the create table, table name. So table name already exists, already student is already two. You can use another table name, so student one, and here student ID int and email varchar, add the size, and next one is comma primary key primary key student ID, student ID and email. Okay, enter. Error. Okay. Okay. If it is added or not, we can check by using the disk. Table name is student one. Okay. Enter. So here added the two columns primary key. So here primary key added the student ID and employee. Next one is modify the primary key. So how to modify the primary key means, if a table already exists without primary key, you can add the primary key constraints. So for example, alter table, table name, add. For example, you want add the primary key. For example, I want add the name. So in the name, I want to add the primary key. So you can use this command. What is that command? Alter table student add primary key. So student ID. Okay. Student added the primary key of the student ID. So this is the process for the modifying the primary key. Next one, dropping a primary key. If you need to remove primary key constraint, you can drop it if follows the command. So by if you want delete the primary key, so by using these command we can easily remove the primary key constraint. So alter table, table name and drop is our remove. Okay, drop is nothing but it is removing the particular data and constant. So constant student ID. So here I added the primary key and here I delete the primary key. So these are the primary key. So how to create the primary key and how to add the multiple column primary key, and how to modify the primary key, and how to drop the primary key. These are the belongs to the primary key. Okay. Next, characteristics of the primary key. So primary keys must, it is nothing but it uniquely identified. Okay, we can't use the multiple we can only unique. So you want for example, unique is nothing but, for example, student id is unique, and student mail id is unique, and Aadhaar card is unique. These are the primary keys, okay. Uniqueness and not nullable. So not null value we can't involve in the primary key. So next, single, primary key and indexed. These are the characteristics for the primary key. And next one is the foreign key. Foreign key is nothing but a field. A field is nothing but, already in previous video I discussed what is meant by the field. So in field is nothing but it is a column. So in one table that uniquely identify the row of another table. So row on other tables. Constants వచ్చేసి it enforces the referral integrity between the two tables. So by using this foreign key, we can relationship between the two tables. So for example, I take a student and employee. These two tables are together into one table, so by using these foreign key. So this is the example for the primary key. So create table name, column name is student id into primary key and student id into a foreign key. So this is the process for the foreign key. And next one is unique key. Unique key is nothing but it ensures that all values in columns are unique. So you must take all values are unique. For example, here primary key is an employee id and mail id is an unique. So unique, it's a very unique one is mail id, employee mail id. For I want to execute this command. So create table employee. So employee is an table name, and here employee id into primary key and mail id and mail varchar, and it is an unique, okay. It is an unique, okay. Click on enter. Got error. Wait, okay. Enter. Oh, shit. Enter. So here we got error. Mail employee id and primary key and unique and first name and last name, okay. This is the example for the uh, unique key. In next video I will execute this command and check constant. So check constant is nothing but you can you can give some condition, so can be applied to any columns or combinations of columns. Okay, here check conditions: age greater than equal to 80. This is the example for the check constraint. And not null means it ensure that a column cannot have a null value. So here not null value, not null value. Okay, this is the example for the not null. So thank you for watching this video. We will meet in next video. So thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe and like and comment and share it. Thank you.